Hello, welcome to my channel, Dancing Feathers Tarot. This is my first time attempting to make a pick a card, so just keep in mind this is for entertainment purposes only, and bear with me as I work my way through this. So, with this pick a card, we have 3 different choices. As we are Dancing Feather Tarot, of course I had to use feathers. So, take however long you need to look at your options here. I'm going to go over them. This first feather is a white feather from a Silkie. The second feather is a Guinea hen feather. And this third feather is from a Bantam Cochin. So all of those are some sort of poultry, but I love feathers and I love their feathers, and chickens are near and dear to my heart. So here we are. So group 1, Silkie feather. Group 2, Guinea feather. And group 3, Cochin Bantam. So pause if you need to. And then we'll get started. Welcome group 1 for the Silkie white feather. We're going to put this to the side. And as you'll come to know with me, I always start with a message from the universe. I feel like it gives us a sort of baseline for what message that you need to hear that will hopefully resonate for you. And if it doesn't resonate for you, feel free to try out the next 2 groups, or even you may not even have a message with this today. So just follow your heart, whatever you feel like you're drawn to, whichever group. Or if you just don't feel drawn at all, maybe come back another day and maybe something will stand out to you then. But we'll see what comes. I need you to get excited again. I need you to remember you're not in this thing alone. I'm working on your challenges. I've already assigned angels to you. So let go and let go of the stress and just trust me. I've got a pretty incredible ending in store. In fact, that's why you need to get excited again, because the happy ending I've got coming is going to rock your world. So this is your message from the universe, group 1. Next up, I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards. One from each deck, and see where we go from there. once again, I'm asking you to bear with me because I'm going to draw both cards before we get into it. Okay. Okay. Our first tarot card is Four of Wands. If you have some familiarity, I've probably said that all wrong, with tarot, wands generally means action. So the suit of action, you have Four of Wands. Celebration, prosperity, an important event or milestone, gathering of souls, kindred, stability in home and relationships. Sometimes signifies marriage. Bring the noise. It's time to kick back in joyful elation. You have been building foundations, and after a period of massive shifting, it is time to enjoy some well-deserved communal bliss. If you've been through a cycle of rapid expansion and awakening, this card marks a transition into the more harmonic and stable state. You have reached new levels of consciousness, and it's the perfect time to enjoy a milestone event and celebrate with the people who love you. Love them right back as they are. In past, sometimes this card signifies a marriage or another significant occasion. While connecting with friends and family, make sure you relax, release, and allow your body to integrate all the lessons you've been working through. Happiness and harmony are yours to be had. Enjoy these warm vibes of celebration and success. Okay. We have the King of Wands. Again, another action card. King of Wands is represented by a gentleman with a drum. Flames of fire blazing out from the drum reflect the king's confident energy and strong willpower. He is a natural-born leader and a creative visionary. Throughout the city behind him, lights are beginning to emerge as people hear his call to rise up and follow him. His charisma inspires others to be bold. Magnetism, leadership, visionary, mastermind, authority, decisiveness. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to pull this tarot card, or this oracle card, and try and tie all this together for you. So we have number 3, Between Worlds. Transition, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged into another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done letting the lessons of recent experiences. Done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past began to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be as you expect. When you are between worlds, you are invited to see with curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do this and you will not be disappointed. So, there's action to be had. You are transitioning, going from one thing into the next. You are possibly in a leadership position, as would be indicated by the King of Wands, or you are in some sort of position of authority. Celebration is ahead. And the message from the universe, it's telling you to get excited again. You're not alone. You've had challenges. There's been angels assigned to you, so let go and just trust. There's a great ending in store, and that's why you need to get excited. Okay, so good things ahead. It could be work related. As the oracle says, you are in between. So you are between going from something to starting new. Maybe the end of a cycle. You're leaving one chapter to go into a new one. And there's good things ahead for you. So now is not the time to get caught up with getting in your own way. Let me see how that makes sense. Sometimes you need to just take a moment and kind of rest a minute and see what you've accomplished and where you're going. Because there are good things ahead. And maybe you feel like you've been pulled down. Maybe work lately has been bringing you down. It's been like you've been feeling like you like drudge one paycheck into the next. It's just everyday life. This is what happens, and you're just barely getting through, and you're just like, I'm so ready for something new. Well, something new is around the corner for you. But you just have to let go and trust that everything is going to be okay, that there is good coming ahead, and that your time of action will be right around the corner. So, no stressing, good things ahead. Time of celebration. It's going to be great. Hope this resonated for you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section below. Welcome, group 2. You chose the Guinea feather. So I will come back to this oracle card. If you hang around with me, you'll soon understand that I love to start with message from the universe. It kind of gives us a little starting note to where the message is going to start out and possibly sum it all up by the end of it. So let's get started. Your message from the universe says, what is meant for you won't pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of the divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. Next, I'm going to draw a tarot card from 2 different decks. And then once I have both of the cards pulled, we'll go from there. And see how everything ties together. All right. We got 9 of Wands. So Wands are like the action group of the tarot. So indicating action of some sort. Determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come. Finding motivation in the face of difficulties. Don't give up now. You're almost there. As you round the corner towards success, something may surface that threatens your feelings of security and achievement. It's important to remember how far you've come. Don't see this minor deceleration as a symbol of failure. Step into your resilient last stand. One final push to complete this task, and tomorrow, stunning light, you can rest. Okay, sometimes we become so enamored with our stories of rising up that our own shadows become romantic notions that we seek to defend. Let go of any ideas you have about navigating specific lessons on the path. Your time to relax into security and success is on the horizon. Two of Pentacles. On this card, we see a woman balancing on top of a building. She is juggling 2 balls in the infinity symbol, which shows that this woman can handle all kinds of challenges with elegance and grace. The cityscape with numerous tall buildings in the background reflect the busy life she leads and illustrates her ability to manage the ups and downs. Flexibility, grace under pressure, balance, adaptability, and multitasking. Okay. We're going to go ahead and flip over this oracle card and see how everything ties together. You got number 14, truth be told. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not the time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and the Spirit will answer with miracles. Okay. Let's see how we're going to put all this together. So I think it's safe to say that you've had a bit of a challenging time lately. And maybe you've been afraid that you won't see the end of it. But there's an end to it. This lady balancing the pentacle, on the pentacle card, the infinity symbol, and the balls that she's juggling. It's all about balance and adapting. Whatever your challenges are, you have to focus on balance and adapting to what's going on, and understanding that whatever is going on, the things that are ahead for you, the good things, are not going to pass you by. You just have to trust that it'll come in the right time. And that's really hard for people, to trust that things are going to come out in the time. It's almost like asking a blind trust. And trust in general is just hard, right? But good things are coming. And where you're meant to go with whatever's going on with these challenges that you're dealing with, it's not going to pass you by. You just got to pay attention to how you deal with whatever challenges you're facing. Here, with this oracle card, you're reminded that whatever the situation, you're supposed to be authentic to yourself. Tell your truth. Have you been quietly holding everything in? Have you just let people walk over you? Is that the challenging situation? Dealing with other people and you're afraid that they are going to walk over you. So I'm going to take this a little further with this card and go ahead and tell you the relationship version of this. People tell you who they are very quickly, and if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So it's further elaborating on the message of this card. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Listen to what people say so you can understand where they're coming from. Be open-minded and hear what they have to say. And then that'll tell you what you need to know about them and the situation that you are dealing with this other person. So this could be like a work relationship, a family relationship, maybe even a romantic relationship that you're dealing with this challenge. And whatever challenge it is, you need to be true to yourself. You need to speak your truth, and you need to hear what they have to say. And be as authentic to yourself as possible. Because believe it or not, we're not here to just get by. You know, we're here to find our happiness, to learn the lessons that we need to learn. And so, nothing has passed you by. It's all going to work out. It's not going to pass you by. So whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. Don't hang on to those things that don't serve you anymore. Deal with whatever comes by being as authentically you as possible. If this message has resonated with you in any way, please feel free to let me know in the comments below the description box. I hope to see you next time. Welcome, Group 3, to your reading. You chose the Bantam, Cochin feather. For now, we're just going to move this oracle card to the side. And if you stick around with me, you'll soon come to see that I always like to start with a message from the universe to kind of give us a baseline for where we're going today with our message. So here we go. It seems you got two. First one is, you are going to be celebrating something very special soon. You'll be so full of joy and happiness. It will almost seem out of this world how suddenly it happens for you. Be ready for it. Expect it. It's happening. And just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. Wow. Okay. So, something good is happening or coming. Something good worth celebrating is coming. You just have to be patient. Those are our starting messages. Next, I'm going to draw a card from two separate tarot decks. And then once I have those, I'll go ahead and read them both to kind of see how they all connect. Okay. There's that one. I think you got 2 out of this one. First up, we have 4 of Swords. In the tarot, the suit of swords usually indicates like a mental battle or needing clarity. So the 4 of Swords is a time of deep rest, transmutation of shadow, healing from burnout, taking a brief holiday from your reality, renewal, self-love. This deep resting period in your life marks a moment of intentional healing and self-care. More than just integral to your wellness, it is integral to your being at this time, body, mind, and spirit. How you heal is your choice, and you can find quiet regeneration through sleep and other restorative practices like meditation, journaling, energy healing, etc. Consciously decide to slow down and process before sprinting ahead. The hustle can be tumultuous and demanding, and the only person who can really direct your own radical recovery is you. Tend to your wounds as you might be on the verge of burnout. Your nest will grow around you as you sleep, and the landscape of your life will shift beautifully as you fall into your own rejuvenating energy. In your dream state, you will transmute and transform your experiences and emerge renewed, whole, and ready to rise. So, slowing down and rest. And then we have the King of Wands. And Wands is usually indicative of action, which seems completely opposite of what we just read about what you need to do is resting. But it's not necessarily action that you have to do, like running a race, I guess you could say. So what the King of Wands has to say is that this King of Wands is represented by a gentleman with a drum. Flames of fire blazing out from the drum reflect the king's confident energy and strong willpower. He is a natural-born leader and a creative visionary. Throughout the city behind him, lights are beginning to emerge as people hear his call to rise up and follow. His charisma inspires others to be bold. Magnetism, leadership, visionary, mastermind, authority, decisiveness. Okay, so maybe you were in a position of authority. Maybe you are either in the family life or in work in a position of authority. Next up, we have the Four of Wands. Again, another action card, or action card from the Suit of Wands. Joyful celebration today. On top of a large house, a couple dances jubilantly. They have decorated the house with shining lights and are now welcoming the arriving guests. 4 trees are framing the house, symbolizing stability, harmony, and foundation. The colorful birds delight in the couple's joy. The whole atmosphere is bright and full of happiness and harmony. Celebration, freedom, joyful events, milestone, and triumph. So that goes into play with this other part too. The first card that we read, you're going to be celebrating something very special soon. It will almost seem out of the world how suddenly it happens. Here's another card further confirming that. 4 of Wands, celebration. Something great is coming your way. Now we're going to see what this oracle card is and how it ties everything together. "41 soulmates. Harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, relationship fostering personal growth. You are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull that's drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them, initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life only for a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts." So, again, we're speaking of other people in your life, which matches up with this one. You're in a position of authority, whether by your family or your work. And so people are looking at you to sort of guide them. He's the King of Wands. His people are following after him. Soulmates, meaning more than just in the romantic sense. How many times have we had people come into our lives where sometimes it's like you feel like you've known them forever? And it could be like work-related relationships or family relationships. And in either situation, or even romantic relationships, in either situation, it could be like somebody also coming in and you're just like not meshing with them at all. Like they pull out the worst of you. They make you react strongly in regards to whatever they're doing, what they say. You just feel this really strong aversion. And sometimes we need those relationships in our lives so that we can learn about ourselves and how we respond to a situation, or react / respond to a situation that maybe needs to change. Life is all about growth, learning lessons, so that you can move forward. And soulmates is definitely indicating that relationships are going to rub you either in a good way or a bad way, but either way you're going to grow from it. So We pop back over to the other card that came out. Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. Process is like one of those words that you dread hearing. In my case, my mother would call it valuable lessons. And it's always a lesson that you would have given anything to learn it a different way because you don't appreciate how you had to learn it. It's like a hard truth. And so, process kind of hits me the same way. There's something challenging happening. Be it a relationship, be it a situation. It's a process. It's a valuable lesson, and it's something you have to get through because it's going to encourage growth. And so it might be something where you need to reevaluate things, how you're looking at a situation, because maybe you're looking at it in the wrong way. Maybe if you rest for a moment, think about what's happening, then you'll come to a different conclusion. And maybe that conclusion, that new perspective, that new way of thinking will bring about this joy, this celebration that is promised to you to be in the days ahead. So a lot of life is going to be about how you react to it or how you respond. And if you respond to it in a way that is not helpful, it's like the lesson takes longer to complete. For instance, I was having car issues and I had nobody around that could help me. And my car was overheating. And for a moment, I will admit, I lost it. You know, I cried because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. I was so wound up and frustrated that I was crying, and it just was not helping anything at all. Like, what am I accomplishing here, right? Instead of moving forward and doing something that was proactive in the situation, I was just letting the situation get to me. Well, here I am, tears, upset and frustrated, and there's nothing that I gained from that. You know what I mean? There was no forward process. There was no forward movement in reacting that way. However, when I calmed down and I realized that all this frustration and tears and stuff was not getting me anywhere, it gave me what I needed to be able to be proactive, to respond in a good way to the situation. What did I do? I called a tow truck. They were able to get me home. And the situation was resolved. You know, I had somebody that I was able to call to come in to fix this little issue that had happened, and everything was okay again. But sometimes we have situations in life where we react, and the reacting doesn't do a thing but make you tired and unaccomplished. So all of that to say, think about how your lessons are coming across in your life. And how are you reacting and responding to them? If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're tired and you're frustrated and you feel like you have no energy, this is your time to chill mentally. You have permission. When you get home from work, when you get home doing whatever you have to do something in self-love to help you get into chill mode. A lot of times answers come to us when we sleep, because finally our mind is slowed down enough that we can process whatever happened. and suddenly things make sense and you know how to move forward from there. But letting anxiety and frustration take over you is not beneficial for you or anybody else or the situation. So, anyway, I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear about it in the comment section below the description box. If you like what you experienced in watching this channel, I would love if you subscribed. And I hope to see you again. So, till next time.